What's up, badass Black Desert Mobile fans? Recently, I've had a lot of you guys come to me and ask me about whether or not you should save or spend certain currencies and different items within Black Desert Mobile. So I decided to go through all the currencies and items in the game and give a little explanation as to whether or not you should save or spend them. Maybe new content's coming out that you will benefit you to save a certain item. Now, this list is a little lengthy, so there's a lot of items that need to be explained. Before I get into them, I want to give a shout out to all those of you that helped me compile this list. My initial list has definitely had some of these items left off that could definitely bring value to you to understand whether or not you want to spend or save them. And without further ado, let's dive right in. Up first, we have boss stamps, and at the moment I'm saving these for two reasons. The first reason is for when they open north of Valencia, which brings a new boss rush. I will want to level him as soon as possible, as he will offer valuable rewards. The second reason is for Hadum boss rushes. You will need 100 stamps for one Hadum boss rush, compared to 3 stamps needed now. Hadum boss rushes will turn the current boss rushes into Hadum versions, increasing their CP and offering Hadum rewards, so you will want to level these up. So I do recommend saving your boss stamps. Ancient tablets will be short and sweet. We currently have the 8,000 CP Ancient Ruins at the moment. The last level of this is 12,000. Black Desert Mobile did release the next 100 level of rewards for Ancient Ruins, and I'm currently using my Ancient tabs to max my knowledge. You could save them if you wanted to try for the better rewards when the 12,000 CP stage releases. That could be a month or two away. I say spend them, with the caveat, if you reach 200 knowledge, then save them. Ancient gold coins is our next item. I'm going to be saving these for two reasons. The first is definitely going to happen again, when we do not know, but they have done it before, and that's the increase in drop rate for the Shakatu. At the moment, there is no rate up for the shop. They have offered it to us before, so it's the best to save these coins for these events. The second reason is not guaranteed, but it is a possibility, and that is adding accessories to the Shakatu shop. Now, there is currently an option for this in the KR servers, but for the Japan servers, there is not, which is what I have up on the screen now. We do not know if or when this is coming. If it is coming, I would think we would see this in the next 2 to 3 months, roughly, based off of when they received it in the KR server. The long answer is save them for one of these two options. Up next, we have silver. For those of you that have been playing for a few months or even almost a year, by now you should have a good stockpile of silver. At the moment, there's not much to do with the silver outside of buying yellow gear from the market and feeding that to your black spirit. You can also spend your silver on the Hadum tickets that cost 90 million silver each, as well as your Gerwin shop to buy your world boss fragments. There is the Genevieve shop that opens and does have some hefty prices with the options, which can be worth it. You can also try and snipe gear from the market, which is becoming more popular as people are able to craft the red gear a lot easier. Now, if you're behind on your black spirit level, I would say below level 175 roughly. I would probably buy and feed yellows from the market and feed that to your black spirit. So I would say spend the silver as much as you can wherever you can. Dark coins is our next currency, and at the moment we only have the option to buy world boss fragments with these. However, in future patches we will get additional items. Some of the new items are Heroes Legacies, items required to craft pink crystals, as well as another item required to craft a pink crystal as well, which costs 25,000 coins. These coins should be saved until you have enough to craft at least one pink gear. I wouldn't spend them until you have enough to complete a set, as one set of fragments might have a higher quantity and require less dark coins to get the amount needed. If you're maxed out on pink gear, then save for future purchasable items. Red crystals or crystal chests should both be saved. You will need 15 red crystals to craft a pink crystal. I would save all red crystals and even crystal chests until these drop, so you have a solid stockpile for when pink crystals release, which is coming. The short answer here is save them. Alchemy stones and fragments, there's not a reason to save these. We have the highest alchemy stone drop rate that we're going to receive. If your sushi stone, stone of luck, and savage stone of victory are not at +7, then that's the goal. The order is really, it's up to you. I would say the stone of luck is probably the best option, as we're farming 98% of the time anyways. As far as Alchemy stones, I would combine the non-useful reds and oranges, keeping extra sushi stones for alts. As far as Lightstones and Lightstone fragments, the Korean server just received pink Lightstones. We currently have red Lightstones, so you can expect to not be seeing any new Lightstone upgrades for some time. Not to mention, we need the fragments for Holy Vials to be able to farm in Hadum. This is an easy one. Save only red Lightstones that have 3 stats with AP and DP on them, so plus AP or DP on them. So you're going to want to give them to your alts. Otherwise, all orange and below Lightstone should be converted to Holy Vials. As far as relics and relic fragments, if you don't have red relics and your altar isn't maxed at 100 on all 3 of the options, then you should be spending your relic fragments. As far as relics themselves, obviously you want to plus 5 your current red relics and have red relics on alts when possible. Keep a set of orange relics for alts currently. You can save the orange relics to level up the altar as well for family combat power and for combat experience. So you could save the orange relics, level them up to plus 3, plus 5, put them on alts to have higher combat power, or you can feed them to your altar. Otherwise, you're not going to want to feed them to your black spirit or anything like that. As far as skill books, purple skill books that I don't need do sell for 1 million silver on the market, or you can feed them. I honestly don't have time to post them on the market, so I just feed them all. Plus, everyone's farming in Hadum, and these don't drop normally in Hadum. They just don't drop in Hadum. If you need to level up your skills, I would focus on territories with increased skill book drop rates, as well as ancient ruins. Otherwise, you're going to want to spend them. And here's some of the territories up here. So, like, they have these things: increased chance for spoils, as well as Basilisk, area for increased chance of acquiring Awakening skill books, Ascension skill books. So you want to farm in territories like that. As far as Blackstones, I know some people like to sell the non-soulbound Blackstones, which I personally think is crazy. You shouldn't really need silver, all like that. You do, however, need to level up 10 characters' gear, which requires you to get that gear to plus 40 and level it up past that with Pristines, which requires Blackstones. These should be saved and used to level gear. Now, if all of your alts have pen and your main is at HEP, then yeah, you probably are okay with selling some. Otherwise, you're going to want to save them. As far as social tokens, honestly, there's not much you can use these for now. The KR and Japan servers do have much better options to spend these on. Maybe, just maybe, we will get these one day. The short answer here is easy: save them. As far as pets, the answer here is simple. Do not ever combine tier 5 pets to try to get better stats. They will come out with tier 6 pets down the road. Therefore, you should save all tier 5 pets until then. If you have a tier 4 or below, you can combine them until you have tier 5s. Otherwise, you're going to want to save your tier 5s. As far as World Boss passes, we recently had a World Boss Fragment drop rate up event for the World Bosses, which was great. That event has ended, and now the question is to save them or spend them. And the answer is simple. If you're close to crafting a pink piece of gear, you could get away with spending them. However, they will have future World Boss seasons which drop more fragments. They might bring back the increased World Boss drop rate again. If they do, that wouldn't be for some time since we did just have it. I would save these at least until the next season of World Boss. Magical Residue should be saved for pink gear. I would get at least plus 20 on the red gear you're currently using, and then save the rest. It takes a lot to try and get plus 30 on every slot, sometimes as much as 500,000 residue. Pink gear is becoming more common as people are able to craft it, and they require more residue to enchant. I would save them if you have plus 20 enchants currently on your red gear. Moving on to Essence, with red accessories becoming more popular through events and crafting, and the increase in cost of Essence to enchant these, I still don't have plus 20 enchants on all of my red accessories. At the moment, spend these until you have at least plus 20 on your red accessories. If you can afford to go for plus 30, that's obviously the best option. The short answer here is spend them. Path of Glory passes. So these passes no longer work in the next season of Path of Glory. However, my guess is that Black Desert Mobile will release more levels of Path of Glory before the next season comes out, which means better rewards. I would save these to see if they do release new levels, but be sure to use them before the next season of Path of Glory, which is on a 3-month cycle. The answer is save them for next levels, but spend before the season ends. As far as accessories, all orange accessories should be used to craft red accessories. I would put either extra orange accessories on alts or yellow accessories. I do sell purple accessories on the market, and they do sell about 2 per week, gaining me about 100 BP per week, roughly. It's not much, but at least it's something. Otherwise, feed all your other accessories to your Black Spirit for essence. Breath of Lives and Creations. There's 2 options here. I currently use these to craft outfits, waiting for the orange outfit fusing. I just save the outfits. You can save 6,000 of each of these to craft a pink accessory. Holy Vials, the answer here is short and sweet. Spend them. You don't have much of the choice here. I'm currently farming Hadum at level 1. I do my daily mission quest 2 per day, trying to go for the higher level Holy Vial to farm longer. You can save some if you plan on playing a new character that releases soon, so you can farm level 3 Hadum to level them up quicker. Otherwise, you're going to want to spend them for that knowledge and combat power. Moving on to Glyphs. These just released, and if you're free to play, you can only acquire them by farming in Hadum, West Valencia. I've been doing so since the Glyphs released, and I have acquired 4 myself. There's the 4th one, which isn't too bad. The downside is all the Glyphs are RNG based. I know, imagine that. RNG tied to Black Desert Mobile features. Therefore, some Glyphs are going to be worse than others. Combat power is still combat power at the end of the day, so a slot filled is better than none at all. You're going to want to farm these as much as possible. Use the better ones on your main. As you acquire them, swap them out. Once you swap them out, you do lose them, unfortunately. Use the ones that are about the same as your main or worse for your alts. I would only put the Glyphs on red relics. I wouldn't waste your time on a Glyph on an orange relic. As far as resources, there is one more cart to be released for merchantry, and you will need a substantial amount of resources for that. Otherwise, spend the resources to level up your camp in all buildings not at max level. Other than that, just save them. As far as stamina potions, I would save these for life skill events that Black Desert Mobile gives us every few months. You also want to save these for when the Grand Desert releases. There is a bunch of secret treasure that you can collect, but it does require stamina to do so. You do want to save them. As far as orange gear, with these, you're going to want all of your alts, at least in Jinn gear. If you do, you can either sell the extras or feed to your Black Spirit. With the amount of silver that everyone has, I know a good amount feed these oranges to their Black Spirit. That decision is up to you, but either way, there's no need to hold on to the extras if you're rocking all Jinn gear on alts. So I say spend them. As far as gold items, this is referring to all the items acquired from the stable at your camp or from events or even the vault. I would recommend saving a few of each as you will need them for future collections. I do try to save them all anyways, that way I have a nice stockpile of silver in my storage. If you're low on silver, you can just come in here, grab them, and sell them. Otherwise, I recommend saving them. Up next is Genevieve's coins, the Hadum token. It will be needed for when she comes to refresh her shop. I would spend them until you run out of silver on Genevieve's shop, so she's going to be around. They did tell us she's going to be here tomorrow for 1 hour from 14 to 1500, I believe it is, so you're going to want to spend them on that. As far as white pearls, I'm going to go with what I hear, and that's buying Pog passes and boss stamps are the best options right now. For black pearls, I do buy the chicken soups from the hot deals every day. Sometimes I will buy the Lightstone fragments if I need holy vials to farm in Hadum. You can save these and buy orange accessories if you're close to getting a red. Otherwise, I would save these for hot time deals that occasionally have black pearl options, kind of like the hot time deal that they have going on right now. As you can see right here for 30. I believe that covers every currency or item that's needed to be explained for Black Desert Mobile. I hope you've enjoyed. And with that being said, I will see you next time.